Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm Lynn with Plasma Energy Solution, and today I want to talk about the land of the free and the home of the brave. And today is June 14th, 2020, and the website is plasmaenergysolution.com. How can plasma energy help you to manage fear? I'm going to put a link in here. There was a discussion this week between William Mount and Ronnie from GetTheTea.com. And some of the things that they were discussing is the physical effects on our bodies of fear. So when you're in fear, you're in a fight or flight mode. And glucose is released into your bloodstream. You have cortisol being released and the adrenal activity increases. It's not good to make decisions when your body is not in balance. And in that condition, your body is out of balance. Fear causes people to get achy and painful. Fear is skyrocketing. Well, what's making that happen? Let me see. We have riots in some places. We have that manufactured or not manufactured crud. Now, this is their words, not mine. And if we keep our immune system up, we can keep that away. So we have fear of a lot of things. Political, health, riots, drones, testing, the economy. And for a lot of us, we've never seen the U.S. like this. And the more scared we are, the more suppressed our immune system is. So what happens, what happens to your whole system when maybe people are being hired back and maybe you're not on that list? Or maybe you go into a store and you're handed a face mask. Well, let's think about that. When Dr. Paul did surgery, he put the face mask on and nobody else was handling it. In other words, we didn't put our hands all over it and then hand it to him because he was trying to keep a sterile field. So think about that, and also think about the fact that we exhale carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is what plants need. Plants give off oxygen. That's what we need. So when we exhale into a mask, what's there going to be for our next inhale? It isn't going to be the amount of oxygen that our bodies are accustomed to having without a face mask. So just think about that. And also think about the fact that this is a symbiotic relationship between plants and people. And so when we're talking about the fear of carbon-based this and that, we have to remember that plants build themselves with carbon dioxide. So put that in your thinking basket and spend some time on that. Are you fearful because of a deliberate plan? Here's some things that have been said in the past. FDR in his 1933 inaugural address, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." Churchill, in the last speech he gave after World War II, "Never, never give up." Does fear feed a virus? Is your TV keeping you plugged into fear? Let's think about that. You turn it on, and even if the program quits, then you go to the commercials, and guess what they're all about? Are you afraid that you're not completely healthy? And are you afraid that maybe what you're taking to make your health conditions better might have some serious side effects? So just think about all of that. It's called programming. It's called TV programming. So just think about that. So let's get back to the land of the free and the home of the brave. Well, is it possible for plasma energy to help you be brave? I'm introducing something new today, and it's called Be Brave. And Be Brave has a lot of different components in it, and I'm going to put those on the website, and they're also going to go out in an email if you happen to be on our email list. And there's an underlying ingredient in a lot of the things that are available for you in Be Brave, and that is zinc. Zinc helps the body emotions to be in balance. So when you can bring your emotions into balance and get out of that fight or flight mode, that's just going to help you with your overall condition. So there are a lot of good plasma energies in there. I hope you'll go to the website and look them up. And I want to just go over what you do about Be Brave. And you know, for some people it's completely different circumstances. And I kind of got confronted with something after Dr. Paul died, and I thought, wow, I grew up in a family of 8 children. I always had people around. Then I went to college. Then I got married. I always had people around for 54 years. And then guess what? It was time to be brave. And I'm not saying that should have made me afraid. I'm just saying that my circumstances changed. And so what are the things I do to address things in my own life? Well, first of all, take a walk. Just go outdoors and take a walk. And you know what? There's a lot of days we don't want to take a walk around here because the issue becomes staying upright in ice and snow and everything like that. But I have a mini trampoline, and I have a rowing machine. I learned something about rowing machines. When you want the little portable kind that you can fold up and stash in a corner, guess what? They're going to be lower to the floor. And then you got to figure out how you're going to get up from the rowing machine. The more expensive ones are stationary, but you go sit on them more like you would a chair or a bicycle or something like that. But anyway, that was hey, it's just good. Now I have to be more flexible, right? Okay, I do a nightly stretching, and it's called Yoga Oxysize. Well, that's my name for it. You can find Oxysize online, and they have a lot of different DVDs that you can purchase. Excuse me. And the nice thing about that is there's a variety of workouts. So there's some that you can do for like people that are working at a desk and just taking a break. And then there's some that you can do that are more of what I call the standing exercises. Then there's a batch that are more of the sitting and the floor exercises. So you can switch it up so you don't just feel like you're in a rut doing the same thing over and over. I do those daily because when I don't, then my body starts talking to me about what age it thinks it is. And I prefer not to hear that conversation, so I prefer to stay more flexible. And then the other thing I do, and I've talked about this on several videos, is I do the Wim Hof breathing. And it's WIM HOF, and you can go look that up, and he's got some guided breathing exercises, and gosh, they only take about 10 minutes. I always do my yoga exercise before bed, and I do the Wim Hof before bed. It's a great way to oxygenate, and it's an easy way. It's a little daunting at first when you realize you're going to hold your breath for a minute, and then the next one you realize it's going to be a minute and a half. But you know what? It's doable, and after you do them for a couple days, it's way easier than the first time you ever did it, and you thought, I don't even know if I can make it past 20 seconds. And a lot of that is just your head chatter talking. Then what else do I like to do? Well, if you're a person who doesn't sleep well because there's a lot of brain chatter going on, and maybe there's been something on the news that upset you or something like that, and you're going over and over and over things, I really find insomnia relief to be very useful. And you may need 2 swallows of it at bedtime. You may need 3 or 4 swallows of it. You just have to kind of work with it and see what's going to work for you. But I really like using it. For a while I was using melatonin drops, and if I didn't do it right, I kind of had a draggy feeling the next day. So I like the fact that I can just drink the water and not have that. Okay, set up plasma energy fields around your house. So if this is the center of my house, then I would go to the exterior walls. I would go to the highest place in the house and the lowest place in the house and place some plasma energy, or if the lowest place is in the very center of a main traffic area, spray the floor, spray the ceiling, okay? And you've got that presence there. And then if you want to take it out further, just figure it goes out about 30 feet. So when you get outside, you can take it further. If you happen to live on a large lot or an acreage, well, just look at where you are. Maybe there's rocks, trees, bushes, whatever, fences, and just spray those if you don't want to bury little vials. Excuse me, I have a frog today. There we go. So if you don't want to place little vials around, you can just take the spray and use it that way. Now, I did this a year ago. I turned off the TV. I mean, I really turned it off. And I thought, well, this might be temporary, so I have a really nice cloth over it that's kind of like this cloth on the table, but a different color. It got uncovered recently when my son was here and they wanted to watch a video. I'm glad they knew how the VCR or the DVD player worked, because I haven't used it. So that's just a choice I've made. And if you're used to having it on, try it for a couple days without it and just see what happens. Just cut that chatter off. And if you go back in a couple days, you may think you never turned it off. It may sound the same as it did a couple days ago. Then try 5 days off. Then try 10 days off. You know, if it isn't something that's making you feel good inside, peaceful inside, if it's stirring up fear and imbalance in your body, why are you doing it? It can be habit forming. I understand that part. So then the other thing is, I always say this, take the time to tell the people around you that you love them. Look them in the eye and say it and mean it. And take the time to appreciate your pets. Sometimes they're your biggest fans. And many times they don't give you any lip unless they happen to be a sassy little dog or cat that talks back. Share your plasma energy waters with other people. And most of all, do this for yourself. Do this for your family. Be brave. And since you've watched it all the way to the end, if you'll use the word plasma when you order your Be Brave, you can take off 15%. And I want to thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and share this with others. And most of all, I hope you can do a reset if you need to do that, and be brave. All right, thanks for watching. The website again is plasmaenergysolution.com.